So Cuppa and Conversation is a free 10-week emotional support group that's aimed at individuals that are isolated, lonely, wanting to connect with people, make new friendships, but also learn some tools to support their well-being. So it's been designed and delivered by 10 counselling, coaching and mentoring students in their second year of at York St John University. We wanted to create a programme that would help people make connections, provide a space for people to share experiences and knowledge, and using things such as positive psychology and psychoeducational tools, create and engage in activities that help us to learn or realise more about ourselves, and also learn some tools that can be taken away and used in everyday life. So each week there were different discussion topics and activities. So we started off with Desert Island Survival Toolkit, show and tell with something meaningful. We had a session on journaling, reflections and highlights, exploring self-care, learning about mindfulness, looking at our strengths and also gratitude.
So what's your experience of designing and delivering the group? My experience has been amazing. I've been doing this with my peers for my course, and they are just incredible. We've worked together. I don't want to say tirelessly because it's also been really, really enjoyable, but we've really put a lot of time and effort into it, and it's really amazing to see how we've all pulled through and how it's all come together.
The experience was really quite an easy process to follow. We all managed to pick things that we felt strong about, and we had enough knowledge to be able to design and therefore deliver the group. And because we designed our own bits that we were doing, it went really well.
So overall, the experience of designing, it was good. It was new, it was different. I've never done anything like that before. It was great to work with my peers and have kind of the freedom, I suppose. We had the freedom to choose the topics that we were really interested in putting together, and then matching up to get co-facilitators for each of the weeks. So that was good. There's more work to it than what I thought, but it was nice to see it developing as the weeks went by. And kind of when we got to the end, it was like, oh gosh, we've kind of managed to put together a 10-week group. So yeah, good experience.
Has anything stood out for you? I suppose the thing that stood out for me the most was watching particularly one of the groups going through a group phase of storming and norming and performing. So it was watching the group go through stages of like bonding and working together, which was very interesting to watch, and interesting to watch how they engaged different weeks, and that was something that really stood out.
What stood out most is seeing the behind the scenes of how to develop a group, to be honest, before we even got to the point of starting the sessions, and how much work went into that, and how many colleagues and Lynn and other people took part to facilitate it. There was a lot of work that went into it, and I think I maybe didn't realise that it would take as much work.
How quickly people sort of either inherently had or caught on to sort of an empathic response to other members of the group, and that sort of kindness and listening was passed on from maybe the facilitators or maybe in their own personal life, and given as almost little gifts to other members of the group when they're feeling unsure or emotional, or shared something that was important to them. Yeah, they would sort of give this gift of kindness and support and reassuring.
How does your experience inform or impact my future work? I think it definitely will, without a shadow of a doubt. I am hoping, I'm not really sure whether I'm going to do coaching or counselling, but regardless, I think the whole experience of working as a team to produce something, and also working as a team to present and facilitate something, that's just massive experience in any shape, way or form. I found it really challenging at times. My week didn't go very well for certain reasons. I think it was to do with the group dynamics, I'm not really sure. But yeah, personally for me, it's been a huge journey, personal, development wise. But working with others as well, that's a strength, because it's a new it's a specific aim. So we're all working together towards a goal, which is really, really good skills to gain.
This experience has informed that fact that for future work and future opportunities, stuff like this would work really well. Doing group work, working with people, letting them engage with each other as well as engage with a topic and a subject. And the group work does really help as a therapeutic approach.
Well, I definitely know I want to work, keep doing this kind of work, and working in groups. There's so much power in working with groups and how we can all impact and influence each other and learn from each other. So yeah, from this experience, from designing the program to delivering it, it's just really solidified that this is definitely what I want to continue doing in the future.
Any highlights? The highlights have been when participants have finished the sessions and said that they really enjoyed it, or they took something from it, or that they have gained really great relationships with the people that they're doing the groups with. And I think that's amazing. I think to be able to be a part of that and just witness the growth within them and witness them taking something from it, I think that's just incredible.
The highlight for me has been not being in the group for a few weeks. I think I had about 3 weeks out of being on the group because of where my sessions were placed, but then seeing the progress that the participants seem to have made when I came back into it last week. So that was week 7. So I think week 3, I had not been in from week 3, after week 3 to week 7, and the progress in what they're willing to share, what they're willing to take from it, a more positive outlook. So that's really what stood out for me.
There was an offer to one of the members really enjoys jazz, and there was an offer to go to a jazz bar at some point. And if that comes to fruition, which I hope it does, would be really nice, because I can be involved with these people that you've sort of seen change and grow over a small period of time. And that would be really nice.
Scary moments, yes. As I said before, going online and touching base and trying to seek funding or opportunities to help with digital poverty, and meeting with new people and delivering my session. I'm not really that confident being put out there in the spotlight, really, so that's going to be interesting and a learning curve for me, so I'm apprehensive about that. But also, I say apprehensive, but I'm also excited about it in the same thing. And it's a massive learning opportunity. But
I wouldn't say scary. I'd definitely say challenging moments, especially in my week when we did self-care week. The topic just didn't land well at all, and I found that really, really hard personally to manage. I didn't know how to deal with that at all. But I still had to run the session for 2 hours and had really good support in the background, and my other facilitator was there as well. But generally, it brought up a lot of questions in me which I wasn't expecting. So that for me would be, I suppose in hindsight, it probably was scary, but at the time you just have to go with it, don't you, and do the best that you can do to facilitate the group.
Yeah, tons. I think for me, I am a massive overthinker, so I always worry that I'll have a conversation where I say something that I don't really like, and it will play on my mind for the rest of the day, and sort of stick with me, and I'll think, I wish I could have said that differently, or I wish I could have responded in this way instead. But I can't change them moments, I guess, and that's what I need to remember in that sort of realm.
Having never facilitated a group like this before, that was kind of terrifying in itself. But everyone has been so great in the group that it was just really, really enjoyable. And I suppose that's a highlight. I don't have a specific highlight. It's just how everyone is coming together each week has just been really, really great. And no matter how anxious I was before, it was just a beautiful space. So what's next for Cuppa and Conversation? So we are going to be continuing to do the groups. The next one's going to be starting in October. So if you're interested or know anyone who it may benefit, if you just email us at cmhc@yorksj.ac.uk, whether that's to find out some more information or secure your place. And another really beautiful thing that sort of happened because of this group, a lot of the people that were involved and participated in Cuppa and Conversation are now gonna get involved for future Cuppa and Conversation groups, which yeah, is just amazing, really. And so really looking forward to seeing how the groups will grow and evolve.